Puerto Rico is still recovering from the damage caused by Hurricane Maria in 2017. This massive storm left the island with over $100 billion in damages, and it was given $4.1 billion in aid from the United States, which created tension between the territory and the mainland. The island has been in a recession since 2006 that has forced over 500,000 people to leave the country for mainland United States in the last decade. Many of these migrants who settled in areas around New York City have become active voices in Puerto Rican politics and issues from afar.
The Hurricane Maria make everything worse than it was before. And the reality of the Fiscal Control Board that is in Puerto Rico for the last 3 or 4 years. Now, the government of Puerto Rico has no power to do anything to defend our people. Not that the government does so much, but the reality is that La Junta Fiscal, have been very, very harmful in every aspect of the life of the people in Puerto Rico.
Groups like New York Boricua Resistance and Boricua Independence Front, which favor Puerto Rican independence from the United States, have been rallying and marching not only about issues regarding Puerto Ricans now living on the mainland, but also for citizens still residing at home.
And what our concern is so much like the Indian Removal Act of the 1800s, is that people are being pushed off the land, so there's no longer any Puerto Ricans there. And without a land, we're not a people. That's very crucial, and we saw this with the American Indian Removal Act, that still Native Americans are fighting for the rights of their land. And we're seeing that replicated in the situation in Puerto Rico, where people cannot live, they can't subsist on the circumstances that they're living.
This gathering in Union Square in Manhattan focuses on special education rights, but brings together members of various different political groups.
Estamos aquí porque necesitamos apoyar a Puerto Rico y a las familias que están allá sufriendo por no servicios. También cuando las familias vienen aquí a Nueva York, no hay realmente servicios, derechos humanos son violados. Las familias de los Chester no hay la prioridad. Cuando están en la escuela hay que esperar un proceso muy largo. El no tener conocimiento en las leyes, en el idioma inglés, dificulta que los niños tengan servicios y las familias no le están respetando sus derechos.
Puerto Rico became an American territory in 1898. It has held several referendums on whether the member of the U.S. Commonwealth should change its current political status, the latest being in 2017. The results showed that although 97% favored statehood, only 23% of the population even voted, with many opposition parties that prefer independence or remaining a territory considering the special election rigged in favor of statehood. In March, Puerto Rican Governor Ricardo Rosselló brought a bill to Congress to incorporate the island as a state, but it was never enacted. He was recently forced to resign amid corruption scandals and weeks of mass protests. While New York-based activists no longer reside in the U.S., they maintain that the only way to gain rights back home is to make themselves known to the mainland population and governing bodies to strengthen awareness.
Also, the people believe that in Puerto Rico, because we are U.S. citizens and we have a relationship, the reality is that in Puerto Rico, the real situation is a big, is painful.
For NYUB, this is Sofia Barrell.